Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft. I was about to say 7 days then. That's really weird. Not nearly made that mistake for weeks, I don't think. Isn't that really strange how that kind of kicks in? Alright, let's go and see what's going on. Let's just do a spot of fishing to start. Get a few puffer fish. I might go and do a little bit of work on the transit system, and then I think later on we're gonna go and have a play with that. What was that? It was like an underwater temple, wasn't it, that we found yesterday, I think. Gonna have a little bit of a... Gonna have a bit of a ganders. Oh, I've just seen Pixie's in chat, look. You're right, Pixie. Good morning, Hashi. Good morning, Big K. Well, I'm not actually Big K, if I was to be honest with you. I feel freaking atrocious, mate. And I had a really bad journey back as well. Oh gosh, I decided to go on the bike again today. Which wasn't the brightest of ideas. Originally I wasn't going to be out, but it was. I sort of had to. So I decided to risk it for a biscuit on the bike. But I had a bloody puncture on the way back, dude. So, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to... It was a really bad tear. I actually went down off a couple of steps. A little bit of a cheeky shortcut, mate. And rather than it just being like a normal puncture with a hole, it was actually a tear. But I managed to get it all patched up, just enough to get home, basically. So that's why I sent a quick message on Discord saying I was running a little bit behind. But I've double dosed with Sinex as soon as I came in. I've got a cup of coffee in front of me. I've been back in for about 20 minutes now, so we're all a-okay, mate. We're all a-okay, Big K. What about you, bro? How's you and your fine bro doing? We'll just do this just while I settle down and grab a coffee and all that. You're right, Jane. How you doing, mate? How's things? Yeah, no, not too bad, Jane. Not too bad. You're right, Waffle. I ain't seen you for a while, Waffle. How's things, bro? Good morning, Critout. How are you doing? Good man. My good man, Critout. How are you, sir? Yeah, well, yeah. I noticed Games for Kicks. It's about the only YouTuber that I really like, I suppose, watch regularly these days. Well, I watch a lot on YouTube, but I skitter about all sorts of channels. But Games for Kicks is a guy that I like to have on. Yeah, if I've got a few minutes, I kind of like the guy. But I noticed he tweeted out like it might have been a couple of days, but I'm not sure. But certainly fairly recently, talking about going and playing Elder Scrolls Online. I don't even know if he's ever played Elder Scrolls or anything before. Or, but yeah, that made me chuckle. It's like there's a lot of people have gone back to that kind of desire for a more permanent, persistent kind of game, haven't they? I thought it was quite amusing that Games for Kicks, who very much like me, I suppose, we both loved 7 Days, played a lot of survival games, and we've both got that same kind of desire to play something that's very persistent. You right, Mojo? Good morning, Mr. Mojo. Are you working from home today, sir, or that will go out? Oh, what was that? That's something new. What's this? A tripwire hook. Yeah, same here, Alvin. Yeah, same here, mate. So he's been doing a bit more stuff with his daughter as well, hasn't he? As in, not necessarily there, but he was saying that he's been playing a lot more. What happened there? Did I just switch out to my? That's weird. Yeah, he was saying he'd been playing some games that his daughter was enjoying a lot more, and it was kind of a bit of an eye opener for him. And I can get that, So why does he keep switching? Why does he keep switching? Weird, I'm not sure why that's happening. I am resting the Steam controller on my lap while I'm sort of clicking the button. Maybe I'm double clicking something. Just got home from the gym, have you, Chris? How'd it all go, dude? Yeah, I'm back on the bike a little bit this week, dude. I've not been had a whoopsie daisy injury a couple of weeks back, so. But yeah, it's not comfortable, but we'll see how we get on. Needs must and all that. In the office, are you, Mojo? Oh, you're right, Grakamucho. How you doing, bro? How's things? I've got a cough today. I'm hoping that's the end of what I had, and not a horrendous cough about to come out. I think what happens is, when you're really congested, what happens is you sort of spend all the time breathing through your mouth, don't you? It's like your mouth is constantly agape. And I think what happens, it actually just dries your mouth and your throat out, doesn't it? I think it's not unusual, I think, when you've had like congestion and sort of sniffles and a head cold, to come out of the other side with it with a bit of a sore throat. So hopefully, I mean, a sniffle's bad, but coughing's even worse on a stream, isn't it? I'll try and keep that in check today. Have I seen the Sonic Ethers shader pack for Minecraft? I have, yeah. Sonic Ethers Unbelievable Shaders. Yeah, we used it for the very first stream about a month ago, Anarchy. It's unfortunately it's only sort of fully compatible with certain versions of Minecraft. So and that's not down to as much Sonic Ethers as it is Optifine, which is kind of like a prerequisite to having that running, really. So I actually, the very first stream I did of Minecraft about a month ago, I actually used that. It's good. I mean, it's great. It adds a lot of cool things. Unfortunately, I don't like the way the water looks when you're in the water with that particular variant that I was using. You can't see down into the water. You know, the water looks great from the top, but you can't see any of the detail underneath the surface. So it's got its pros, it's got its cons. But there's other variants that would fix that. So I can't actually hear the splash. I've got my headset down really low again. You're right, Sitting Warrior. Motivation seems like the hardest part, working good physically but mentally bored with it. Oh, you need to mix it up then if you're bored with it, dude. Gotta set yourself a new challenge. Start working on some personal bests. Start taking notes. Mix it up a bit. Throw some cardio in there, not just weight work. Just keep it interesting, dude. Must admit, there's one thing I've never actually had an issue with, to be honest. I actually, my gym, I used to love a routine. I was the opposite, but a lot of my if you like, training partners would have had exactly the same thing. Just lost motivation, especially when you hit a wall. You know, when you don't feel you're making any gains. That can be really frustrating, mate. Really frustrating. But like I said, that's easily overcome for some people. You know, certainly short term and especially early on a really hefty training regime. And that's mix it up. Do things you've never done before. You know, the body needs to be constantly surprised in that regard. It's amazing how many strange and quirky exercises there are out there. Let's go play Anthem. Really, Burke? Are you still playing Anthem? It's weird you say that, right? There was it Polygon or somebody else? No, it was, I can't remember the name, multiplayersomething.com. They did a report yesterday. I literally saw the tweet at about 4 o'clock in the morning this morning. Life is full of coincidences, Burke. And apparently, the subreddit has actually started a wave of removing anything that's kind of negative. So you're now not allowed to talk about anything negative about Anthem. It's not actually as dramatic as that. As they've said in response to it, it's not about us trying to, if you like, censor the Reddit. But what they're saying is there's too many people coming into the subreddit, just posting memes, just trash talking the game, and not having anything constructively critical to say. So they've started being really harsh on it, haven't they? So if you go in there and post a silly Anthem meme, that's it. It just gets deleted, dude. I could understand it. It must be frustrating for people that want to stick around, having to put up with... Because there's always the internet morons that, you know, just want to beat a dead horse, isn't there? And I suppose for those people that are left in the community, which I should imagine it's a very small group of people, they're positive and they clearly are liking the game. I mean, they're clearly batshit crazy. But you don't need people just going in there just constantly slamming it, do you? Oh dear. Anthem Reddit run by the Survive the Nights dev, yeah, essentially, yeah. Or at least their community manager, yeah. You're right, Smack off. Good morning, Taxup. Good morning, Yeti. How you doing today, Yeti? How's things? Morning, Pixie. Good morning. Yeah, no, don't worry about it too much, Victor. So it's going to be a strange day today, mate. What I'll do is I'll give you, if you're around later, we can go and give it a. What I might do is go and set up like a little mini base over there with some water breathing potions and a bed, a few arrows or something, and then we can go together when you've got a spare half an hour, mate. Oh, my throat is killing me. I can feel this constant tickle now, and I'm really acutely aware of it. It's like I really want to cough, but you know that's like the worst thing you can do. Once you start coughing, that's it, isn't it? It's game over. There are still people kicking No Man's Sky, mate. Oh, tell me about it. The difference there is No Man's Sky turned the corner, and not only did it turn the corner, it shot off into the solar system in a fanfare and firework display of glory, mate. So now people that slug off No Man's Sky, I literally now know they're complete morons, mate. So that's the beauty of that. You can actually internally chuckle at those people because you know they are very literally the definition of can't think for themselves. The follow the crowd sheep sort of mob pack mentality of the internet, you know. Yeah, No Man's Sky isn't going to be the game for everybody. But, you know, as soon as somebody comes in, oh, this is that game they lied about. This is that game, this game's shit because they lied about it. Yeah, man, I read it on the internet. Yeah, you know straight away that you're talking to a fucking moron, dude. And that's a wonderful thing to know. It's people show their true colours, Hashi. I kind of like that. I think that's the flip side of it, isn't it, Hashi? See, the difference is people are still in mourning with Anthem. Myself included, and quite rightly so. Who's been in Simpson's house and not shut the door? Oh, if that's supposed to work like that, is it? Yeah, it's it is a sad state of affairs, unfortunately. Should we just go and have a little look down while it's night time? Because I didn't like the look of that creeper over there. Mess me up, isn't he? They haven't said, Chris. They said summer, didn't they? All we know is summertime. So, No Man's Sky Beyond is the next update. So I would be expecting in the next quarter, next 2 to 3 months. I would have thought, dude. But again, with anything like that, you never know, do you? Really, mate. Let's see what we've got in here. The Nautilus shells, I think we'll put back in organic. I've got some stuff here that I don't really know what to do with, to be honest with you. Water. Really annoying that water bottles don't stack. My God, that is loud. My own. Turn that down. Got my head set up, James. Walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound. And I need you. And I miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. You looking forward to restarting No Man's Sky when the patch? I'd start before it, Hashi. I must admit, you know what, mate? If I'd actually thought about it, because I had the puncture and everything this morning, if I'd actually thought about it, because I had to race out yesterday because my dad was poorly. So I do apologise. I didn't get a chance to go on Discord at all. So yeah, if I'd had time and actually had a chance to think about it, I might have played a little bit of No Man's Sky today, Hashi. See if we could have familiarised ourselves with it, because it is a really good game. I think what's going to niggle me, Hashi, is that I bet they still haven't resolved the issue with things like naming portals. I was extremely annoyed that we still can't amend our portal names. It feels like something that's archaically broken. And maybe they've changed it, though. I don't think they have. Good morning, James. How are you and the family doing, sir? You all right, mate? What's that? Grum has put you to sleep. That's the aim of the game, Pixie. Cool, sultry tones. There's a train strike, so I'm going to be late to work. Oh, no, really, James? I wonder if that's... Oh, no, it wouldn't be. No. All right, is that just near you, James, or is that all over? Hang on, I'm going to have to cough on. Oh, I'm not sure if that feels better or worse, actually. Jane, when are you going to play 7 days again? Possibly never, but possibly Alpha 18 is probably the best answer to that. I did boot up Ravenhurst, and Ravenhurst looks really, really good fun. And I did think about playing it. I think it was, when did I say I booted it up? It was only a few days ago, wasn't it? I can't think now, Joe. It's just literally just before the weekend or over the weekend. And what are we doing with all of our labels? That's got me confused. I swear we had more in there. And Ravenhurst does look really good. Like so say for example, it's in this room, isn't it? The fact that I can't, for example, Nerdpole is mind blowing. It's such a simple thing. Like you can't Nerdpole anymore, but it really changes the game. But you know the problem I had, Jane, and it's not Ravenhurst's fault. it just felt like 7 days still. And 7 days is just starting to feel like a really, really old game. There's nothing the matter with it. I still absolutely love the game. And to be honest, I would have loved to have streamed it. I really would. To go back and, you know, I love Ravenhurst, and anything I can do to get the word out about how cool it is, you know I'll be there day one. But there's plenty of other people that play it day one these days, so, you know, I don't feel like I'm letting anyone down anymore. But it's just, I don't know what it is with 7 days, mate. It is a wonderful, 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 wonderful game. But at the same time, I also have to be honest with myself that I've been there, you know, I've been there. You know, does anyone really want to watch me doing the same things I've done for the last 2 years? Just rinse repeated? You know, no matter what Ravenhurst throws into the mix, I'm still playing 7 days, you know? Do I want to play it? Yeah, I do, but I'm actually, I know it sounds really silly, but I'm actually trying really hard not to play 7 days. Because otherwise I might as well give up on ever trying anything new. There's got to be a game out there that can give me another 1,000 hours. I mean, I'd be more than happy with that. 7 days has given me close to 7,000 across the about 3 accounts. How many 7 days accounts have I got? No, it's only 2 accounts with 7 days. I'm thinking of Skyrim, isn't it? I think Skyrim, I've got about 5 accounts. Do you play Rainbow Six? I don't know. No. No, it's you know what, Pixie? A couple of people have suggested that. It's not being burnt out. See, that's a really interesting comment, Pixie, and it's not that at all, and I really mean that. I could honestly, right now, stop playing Minecraft, boot up 7 days, and I would probably put another 300 hours into a server without batting a goddamn eyelid. It's the exact opposite of that, Pixie, and I know that sounds really, really strange to comprehend, because I can't get my head around it. The problem is, if I play 7 days, I'm going to enjoy it. But it's like I was just saying to Kratau. It's almost like you're going through the motions, and gaming. I was talking about this with Minecraft yesterday. When I'm playing Minecraft, I don't have to try to do anything in terms of the actual day-to-day gameplay. I don't have to aim my cursor at weak spots. I don't have to aim a weapon and a gun. Minecraft just almost plays itself in a way. And we had a long discussion about that. So not going to make sense to people that weren't here yesterday. Take any other game, and you know, I've got to get this cursor bang on something's head in 7 days. You know, I've got to run away from a pack of wolves, otherwise they are going to kill me. Minecraft has nothing like that. Minecraft it's a creative, focused game where you make your own fun, and you make your own entertainment, and it's the same thing with 7 days. If I go back and I just play the game, am I ever going to get a chance to find something else out there? You know, if I hadn't been so resilient with my resolve to not play 7 days, I wouldn't have tried Minecraft, and I've been really enjoying Minecraft. It's too easy to go back to the game that you love day in, day out, and especially if you're playing video games as much as I do on stream. 7 days suits me as a streamer. You know, we've got all these wonderful pop-ups and things that, you know, to just make it fun for me to play, and hopefully a bit of fun for everybody else when we're playing it. It's got those downtime moments of an evening where I can catch up with chat and have a bit of a chinwag. It's got the creative stuff. It's got input from the players and the chat. And it's got server potential. And 7 days has got it all, but I have to resist the temptation to go back to it, because if I go back to it, that'll be it. That'll be it for another 6 months or another year. You know, it is a good game. There's no denying that. But there has to be something else out there. There has to be. You're right. Oh, you're right, Santa. Sorry for missing you. You're right, Rainforest. I do apologise if I've missed anybody. You're playing 7 days, but then I remember that I can't really defend the base in 7 days without constructing a mountain of cheese. What's that all about? Will you be the narrator for a nature documentary for me? It's what I go to sleep to. I can do that, Rainforester. Well, we should do an audio book, Rain. I should just sit here and read a book one night, fall asleep with a glass of whiskey in my hand. Just ordered 2 desks from IKEA. Oh, is your friend not building one anymore, Joan? You're right, Wookie. How are you doing, bro? 7 days is a dying game in general. It is what it is. Everything has a finite lifetime. Time to move on to the next new and exciting game. So, what are you going to move on to, Wookie? What do you think's in your future? Good morning, Chris. Does that make sense, Pixie? To be honest, Pixie, if you were to turn around and say, Grump, I've got no idea what you just babbled on about, I wouldn't blame you because it is a very strange situation to be in. It's like on the one hand, just saying, I really, really like something, but I don't want to do it. And I suppose it's almost like talking about an addiction, isn't it? But I suppose the definition of addiction is it also has to have a negative impact on things. And I guess 7 days doesn't, but it does. There's different degrees of negativity. I think the problem is if I play 7 days, I'm never playing anything else. I never play anything else. I mean, you just think about the last. It's not even that long ago that we stopped playing 7 days, really, when you think about it. We had a little ticker with Ravenhurst, didn't we? And sometimes I think it's like 6 months ago, 12 months ago. It really is only a matter of weeks. And we've played a few other. I probably wouldn't have played Days Gone on the day of release if I hadn't given up on 7 days. And I loved that game. I absolutely loved that game. I really did. Trying to get this early morning coffee. Well, it's not early morning for me, but I think it does make a bit of sense, Pixie. Yeah, James, I wasn't. I actually had you on audio, and I actually stopped my bike. And literally, I think it was you that gave me the puncture earlier, James. I actually stopped my bike, and I think as a reason of that, as a reason due to that, I ended up getting my puncture later on because I wouldn't have gone the route I'd gone because I ended up having to stop for traffic to put on your Skyrim VOD from yesterday, mate. And you were laughing. Because I only got you on audio, mate, because I was on my bike. And I had to stop and say, what is going on? What's he done now? And I thought, I bet he's got the glitched out carriage start. And you had. I was pissing myself this morning, mate. I've only watched about the first 10-15 minutes, mate. Because like I said, then I got a puncture. That'll teach me to chuckle, mate. But yeah, how did it go on for the rest of the mod pack, mate? That is why you use alternate life, James. So see, the reason you get the glitched out physics in the train carriage ride is because the game's trying to load all of your mods, which throws the physics out, and it will bite you in the ass later on. So you have to restart, dude. So use alternate life, start the game up, let all your mods roll out, get them all configured, and then just choose the vanilla start, and you'll have a perfect ride through the countryside before you get your head chopped off, mate. I could tell, James. I heard the music, and then I heard you just burst out laughing. I thought, I know what's going on here, mate. It's fun though, isn't it? Modding it. Why would I put Silk Touch on my efficiency and unbreakable when that is my normal mining pick? And I have one with fortune as well to get all the materials. Yeah, that sort of makes sense to me, yeah. I wouldn't do that either. You love alternate life in Skyrim lets you skip right to being a vampire. See, I don't use it for that because I find that cheating. I like getting to become the vampire through legitimate means value. Yeah, I literally only use alternate life to enable me to get my mods up and running before I start the game because, like I said, otherwise it throws the physics out. Oh dear. For me, I still like 7 days a lot, and I'm actually playing it again for the first time in 9 months. Whereas I'm going off of what I see in Twitch streaming numbers. There is nowhere near as many streamers and viewers as there were in the past. This could be an inaccurate. Yeah, don't worry about Twitch numbers. It means nothing. What you got to remember is that there's only ever been like a fairly small community around 7 days. It's why I quite often talk about why I felt that. For example, let me just go and get my pickaxe. I quite often say how underperforming I feel that. What the hell? That's weird. Oh, maybe not. Let me take efficiency 4 and breaking through. Let's go and get some stone. Yeah, I quite often on stream will talk about how disappointed I've always been. Oh, for fuck's sake. swear that dog is an absolute freaking bane of my existence, mate. I swear, he's such a yappy little prick. Yeah, I was gonna say, I quite often say, Wookie, on stream, like how underperforming I feel that 7 Days has done. How few people play it, how small the community is, etc. And I think probably like if someone from the Fun Pimps was watching, they'd probably be laughing at me because sales-wise, the game does fantastically well. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is for a game like that, if you take any other game that we have, you know, in a similar genre, even things like Ark, although, you know, Ark obviously, you know, like, that's finished now, so we can't compare it anymore. Yeah, 7 Days still isn't a finished game, is it? But yeah, I'm not talking about sales, and I'm not talking about sales figures. What I'm talking about is the regular community behind it. And I've always wondered why 7 Days, which is essentially, as they said themselves, you know, designed from the ground up to be a Minecraft for adults. And it has got some quite dark undertones and all the rest of it. I always wondered why. Why doesn't it get more attention? Especially on like YouTube, streaming services, etc., etc., etc. It's never quite made sense for me. There's games that are like half the content and you know, half the innovation out there that seem to do so much better. And we've had many a conversation about this, and I think the big sticking point for 7 Days, if we were to be honest about the game, is it has always looked and performed like absolute shit, mate. I still to this day watch streamers that look like they're playing the game at like 240p. You know, frame rates in like the single digits, and it's like, Jesus, what is going on there? You know, it's it looks terrible, it plays terrible, and people don't like that. You know, now I've always managed to tweak that game, but I probably know more about tweaking that Unity version than a lot of people out there. You know, I really do know how to bend that game to my PC's will in a whole host of departments to perform a bit better. But yeah, it's definitely a sticking point. You know, it's not something that a lot of people will buy a game just based on that first impression, won't they? And I think when you boot up 7 Days or you look at a 7 Days stream, your first impression isn't one of awe and wonder, is it? It's like, what the hell? God, Jesus Christ, how old is this game? It looks hideous, you know? I think, if I was to be honest, I think that is why it hasn't had that huge success over certain other games that, you know, are not as interesting. But it is what it is, right? Unfortunately, it's never been their strong point as a developer, has it? Really. Take care, James. Take care, bro. Have a lovely day, mate. So even things like, you know, the constant losing of mini bikes and things, it's something that most of us just got used to, didn't we? But you can almost still imagine people ridicule 7 Days, as we know. I'm not talking out my arse here. Yeah, as someone that's streamed it so much, I lost count. You know, it's water off a duck's back now, so I don't even, you know, really think about it. But the amount of people that have joined our streams and just like choked in amazement that we're playing a game that looks like, you know, in their opinion, like from 1990, which I always have a chuckle at them with. You know, you can understand why folks don't play it, you know, as much as other games, perhaps. But you know, like I said, I like it. A lot of people don't. But it's now. I think Alpha 17 was the turning point. I think that's where the hardcore crowd. The problem was that it was really hard for them to go from Alpha 15 to 16. It was such a huge change, and in so many ways it was such a good change. Although I have to say, I was again very surprised last time we mentioned this, where a lot of you said that actually 15, 16, and all that was like, you know, horrible. Just didn't like it. You know, a lot of you said that you actually preferred like the pre-Alpha 14 versions, which I was like amazed by. I had no idea so many people in the community felt that way. Rail connection to docks, interchange, temporary site. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you didn't listen to me, did you, Doc? Yeah, that's all gonna have to come out, mate. Oops-a-daisy. Yeah, don't forget my build's going back 30 blocks in any one direction, dude. So that's all gonna have to come out, mate. Or at least I'm sure we can save the majority of it. Figure it out. Yeah, I'd like to take this. I might do the old inverted pyramid style thing today for a little bit. Just get a flavour for what we want to do down here. Not sure how long my throat and voice is going to hold up today, to be honest. You've seen Horrendous Ark. What do you mean on Stream, Pixel? You're right, Jay. Art might be released, but it still needs work. Some of those old ass bugs still piss you. Yeah, but this is the difference, Chris. You know it's never going to get fixed now. It's done and dusted, and that's why people don't play it as much. I mean, if you remember back while Ark was still in early access, this is what I was trying to say to Wookie, and you looked at Ark viewing figures, they were way higher than they are post-release. You know, people move on to other things. There's a kind of euphoria around early access for games that you know are being updated. And Ark was a good example. You know, people were looking forward to them coming and going gold, and then, you know, the mods settling down. And I think that a lot of people still have the same hope for 7 days. You know, when the game finally comes out of, well, goes into beta and out of beta and into gold release, we'll hopefully see a flurry of really hardcore mods come out. And when I say hardcore, I just mean fun. I shouldn't say hardcore. Mods come out that will maybe, you know, revitalise the game a little bit. But it's easy for me to say that. But having just gone back to it and really looking forward to playing Ravenhurst, I still, you know, so I can't really pin it down. But it just felt old. It's not because it was Ravenhurst. Before I even could tell that I was playing Ravenhurst, I was already like, ugh, I don't really want to play it. 7 days, just like I said, it just feels old, and there's not a lot you can do to make it feel new and fresh for someone that's put as many hours as I've played into it. You know, all the mods in the world aren't going to stop me feeling like that, and it's not the mods' fault. The mods will probably be anything that will get me playing it right now. But the game is just still brilliant, though. You know, at the end of the day, the game is freaking amazing. It's just maybe it's at its day now. I was saying the other day that the big issue they've got is public opinion around the game, and unfortunately, no matter what they say, they epically failed at damage control with that console version. It goes to show, in my personal opinion, their naivety and in many ways a lack of experience as a development team. They really needed to get something out there. You know, you can post on your own forums till you're blue in the face. Most people wouldn't give a toss about your own forums, mate. And the fun pimps have always had the attitude, well, we don't give a fuck then. You know, and I admire that, but at the same time, I also understand the damage it's done to them. Because all that happens these days is they have a really big update for the game that is really wonderful. You know, it's something as simple, you know, and as farcical as posting up like a Wild West wagon. And it should be a chance for people to celebrate and talk about it and go, you know what, actually, that could be pretty cool. But all that happens is the entire Twitter feed just becomes a moaning, groaning ground for console players. And quite rightly so. You know, they got shafted. They paid, you know, going rate for a game that did very little, and this is their problem, did very little. And in my opinion, in the UK, especially if you went into game and bought the game via a box. I don't know what was in the box. I don't know whether it was a code. No effort at all to try and base it. So to me, it was illegal. Illegal advertising. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do it. But no effort to try and portray it as an early access game. Unless it was there in very small print somewhere. If you walked into, say, Game, which is a retail store in the UK, and bought 7 Days to Die on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox, you thought you were buying a brand new game, as in a brand new game that had gone gold, a fully fledged, completed, this is it, off you go. Not a big warning on it, because Ark did the opposite. Ark went well out of their way. You know, the Ark devs, everywhere you bought that game, even if it was like a box in game that was just selling you a code for the PlayStation Network, it was all over the place. This is an early access game. You know, do not expect a particularly good experience. It goes to show what a bunch of goddamn thieves and shit nuggets that Telltale Games were. But ultimately, it has impacted on the general public perception of 7 Days. Because if you're interested in the game and you see the official account tweet out an update, and all you read is people bitching and moaning about the console version, it makes your whole game look like a scam. And that's where they've ended up. And that's the naivety of the fun pimps, I think. They could have done so much more. They could have done so much more, in my opinion. But it's just not them. You know, Joel is Joel. He's very opinionated. And that's fine. I love people with opinions. That's what life's about. You know, I might not agree with your opinions, but I want to hear them. I'd like to talk it through and reason with it. And sometimes I can sit there and go, you know what, mate, you've got a bloody good point, actually. Didn't think of it like that. But they almost feel, I don't know. Maybe they just don't care. Maybe they never expected to make as much money as they did, so they're sitting there laughing all the way to the bank anyway. You know, and it's a dream come true for them, so they just don't care. But you know, there's no real professionalism there. It's bitching and moaning and joining, you know, random posters in bitch fests on the forums and you know, flip-flopping opinions and I don't know. They definitely didn't do themselves any favours. It's an area they have no experience with in the gaming world, which is general, you know, community management. And I think unfortunately Roland does the best job he possibly can with a dev team, primarily led by Joel Hwenink, who likes to talk his mind, doesn't he? You know, that's a tricky one for Roland. I bet some days he just wishes Joel would shut the fuck up and go back to making the game. And I'm not knocking. It sounds like I'm having a pop at Joel. I actually really like the fact that Joel isn't like a normal dev. You know, Joel will just tell you straight up, "You're a dickhead, mate. I don't agree with you." I kind of like that, but it does set a tone. It sets a tone, and if you're trying to sell a product, there's a level of professionalism, and there should be a barrier between you as a developer and the consumer. There has to be a mutual respect there. And as much as I find it endearing, there's a reason why other companies don't do that. There is a time, there is a place, and there is a manner in which you say things and divulge opinions to your community. Not just simply sit there on your laptop saying, "You bunch of fucking idiots, this is my game. I'll do with it what I please." Now, I actually admire it, I like it. Like I said, I almost find it endearing. But if they didn't do that, they'd be in a much better position. They really would. It's the graphics that does it in 7 days, in my opinion. Yeah, that barrier. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree. And then you know, the thing is, Dark Souls, you've got to remember what the game used to look like. The game almost looks like virtual reality, real life compared to what it used to. You know, comparatively speaking, the game's come on leaps and bounds in the visual department. On the streams, Pixie, but yeah, with Ark and yeah. Yeah, it is Wintex. Yeah, it's strange. Yeah, like I said, I speak from personal experience here because I was in game and I saw 7 days. I was like, no way, that's that game that I really, really love. You know, I'd already bought it on the PlayStation 4 through the PlayStation Network, you see, and I wasn't expecting to see an actual physical box copy in game, and it obviously was just the PlayStation Network code. But the box was all the advertising. Remember the real life. It's silly, Rise This Wall's one out, isn't it? Remember the real life advertisement they did? Like the actor in the snow and everything, sort of living out the first 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure we want it 10 really, do we? We might have to dig this out a whole extra block at some point, but we'll leave it like that for now. Oh no! No, hang on a minute. That's going to be 10, 11, 12, 13. No, we're okay. I'll tell you what, let me just go and I just want to see if the girlfriend's still in. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Yeah, I thought she was still here. That really threw me. That did. I wasn't sure what was going on. What's up, Big K? This is Minecraft. What's that? You're right, Stuffle Rattle. Is this 7 Days to Die? No, of course it's not. It plays at a good frame rate with crisp, clean graphics, mate. You must be living in Cookie Land if you think 7 Days plays like this, bro. I don't think it will ever play like this. Although, having said that, I'm quite looking forward to Alpha 18. I mean, they have made some nice optimizations. I should really boot up. I'd only played Ravenhurst, like I said a few days ago. I didn't think to actually boot up Alpha 17.4. Well, it's experimental, isn't it? I think. See what performance improvements they've made. Because I know Joel said they were some, weren't they, right? Sorry, did I miss anything in chat there? I do apologise. Been a big spam of grum bombs and raids, I think. You've got a hard copy of the Xbox I could check out. You've actually got a physical disc. Yeah, they weren't discs in game. They were kind of like those fake boxes. I mean, they were legit boxes. I mean, they were professionally done. It's not like someone had just made one up and stuck it out there. But yeah, I think there was like the smallest disclaimer you could possibly imagine on the very back. You know, when they have like all the ESRB ratings and things like that. Just, you know, early access game. just no effort to warn people. What is that? I wonder what is going on with Telltale. It does make me think that the Fun Pimps ain't trying particularly fucking hard to resolve it legally, to be honest. Like maybe they can't say a lot because of the legalities behind it, and that would put them in at some sort of breach of contract, perhaps. So might not be a cat. Oh god, if I just knocked out. Oh, for goodness sake! I've just knocked out part of the wall that I don't need to knock out. This area, wasn't it? Bloody hell, geek. What you bloody like, mate? What you bloody like? So everyone right now can see this going horribly wrong, myself included, right? I even just heard a fizzle of the shizzle there, mate. God damn! This is obviously where we bricked it up last time. Could always, yeah, leave it. Then a little bit of lapis. Lapis lazuli, I do believe, right? There we go. Get this tidied up, and then we start thinking about maybe designing the primary tunnel system. What we can do, because Doc's kindly brought his to us, although he has brought it a little bit too far in. But I think hopefully we can essentially salvage everything. So he's done all the legwork, hasn't he? Be able to still use all the tracks. Might just have to backfill the tunnel because it will clash with the other sub-tunnels that I want to build. Alright, let's get some more torches down here. Hopefully we'll get some more, what are they called? Slimes down here. So we did have them, didn't we? We had them spawning in that corner down there, but I haven't seen any for a while. What's that? Closing on 3 years following. Yeah. You right, Freddie? How you doing, bro? Yeah, I was hoping to have a little bit of time yesterday. I had so much work on yesterday. It was unbelievable, but I managed to do a fair chunk of it, so it was a good feeling in the end. But on top of feeling a little bit ickly, it was it's like time's just flying like really quickly at the moment. But I was kind of hoping to have a little look at MMOs again. What if anything has had an update? Because although we've spoken about Lord of the Rings and all that kind of stuff a few times, I still haven't actually had a chance to go and watch a stream or anything. In fact, I don't even know if anybody streams Lord of the Rings these days, to be honest with you. It could be a dead game for all I know. And a couple of the others that we've spoken about. What we could do is we could do like a. I wonder why. Here's a question. I wonder why no one has made. Maybe it's because of what we've been talking about, that 7 Days isn't in the limelight. So therefore, someone that's going to go and make a game, presumably do a little bit of research about what's hot at the minute, don't they? Or the way that tech's going, and you know, we've seen all this wonderful crowd technology recently, haven't we? Days Gone, World War Z. I wonder if anyone out there is actually making anything that's kind of like in that genre of survival, but you know, has an inherent threat in terms of monsters or boogeymen. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh. You're right, Quintan. So you actually physically own the Xbox version of 7 Days, and there is not a single thing on it that says anything about. I'm sure it was on the PlayStation 4 one. You know, down near the on the back of the box where it's got like the rating with violence, etc. on it. Is it not in really small print down there? I'm sure I saw that. I'm sure I did. But I mean, you would never see it. You would. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Whether or not it's there is almost a moot point, because even if it is there, it's so inconspicuous that it really is quite disgusting. You know, there is that is blatant false advertising to me. That is. Yeah, there is no way that console version could possibly be released as a finished product. Not in a million years. Either the Fun Pimps just didn't know what they were doing when they handed over the keys to the kingdom on that console version, and just snapped up a shitload of money from Telltale. Because let's be honest, right? If you think about it, I mean, this is pure speculation. I mean, this is me. You know, I've got no evidence to base this on whatsoever, but it's an interesting tie-in. If you think about why Telltale games went bust, the main leading contributor to it isn't necessarily the fact that they didn't sell a huge amount of games. It's that they could never in a million years have sold enough games to offset the cost of the money they spent on IPs. I mean, have you seen the data on it? You know, and again, I'm not sure how close to the truth it all is, but if you actually see the amount of money they spent on some of those IPs that they made games for, I mean, the Fun Pimps must have fell out of their bloody chairs, I bet you, and handing over contracts for that, because I reckon they were probably offered a shit ton of money, which is why they're in this freaking mess. You know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, the whole situation is just an absolute farce. But yeah, will they ever get their game back? Who knows? Do they even care? Who knows? They even know what they're doing anymore? Who knows? It's all a bit of a mystery, isn't it? I'm gonna assume all of these are. Who is that andesite? Oh, that was smooth. So I'll tell you what. Let's just chuck it all in there. We'll never know the difference anyway. Keep the stone with us. Don't need that at present. Bit full on the old cobblestone as well, aren't we? Ooh. No. Come back, my little friend. WoW Classic. What are you playing WoW Classic, Pixie? Are you a WoW fan? Are you? Thanks for that, Kritak. That's actually interesting. So there's literally nothing on the box for the Xbox edition, nothing internally, and nothing on the disc about it being an early access game. So it seems to me that reeks of a scam, mate. That reeks of a scam. Legally, I can understand how to get around it, you know, but scam, mate. Blatant scam. No wonder people in the console world are upset, and quite right. And to be honest, I actually get really bored of hearing about people belittling the game when I was just saying, you know, when the Fun Pimps post up the latest update, and it's always obviously for the PC because they only make the PC version, right? It's got nothing to do with them, Telltale, Iron Galaxy, all the rest of it. But I do get frustrated when all I read is the console players going, well, how about you actually update our game? And you know, it's their own naivety. They don't understand the situation. But the simple fact of the matter is, where else can they moan about it? You know, you've handed over good. I think I was paid 20 quid for it. and it's a shit game. The console version of the game, I'm sorry, but it's shit. It's a lot better than it used to be. But again, I can't keep using the comparison. Started off terrible, became reasonably playable. But it's trash. It is absolute trash, mate. It's not worth the price of entry. It should have been free refunds for everyone, mate. Shove that in your pipe and smoke it. Tell you what, no matter what happens with Telltale, I will never, ever, ever, ever have anything to do with them. Never. I just don't care about it. To be honest, I never really played anything from Telltale anyway. Not my sort of games, to be honest. And they were always jacked up on having used their own shitty proprietary engine as well, weren't they? Instead of actually, because it was actually an internal. Was it actually one of the people that set the company up? He actually created that engine, didn't he? And he was like his little baby, and they refused to use any other technology in order to move their storytelling narrative tricks forwards. It was like, no, we must use what we've always done because I made it, and just essentially just a shitly ran company basically, which unfortunately is resulting in people losing their jobs and all sorts of additional complications such as the 7 days scenario. A right bunch of freaking idiots running Telltale, I tell you. Very poor financial and I can only assume development management on all respects. But which is kind of almost laughable when you think about it. But then you got to remember that people do actually work there. People that like the rest of us and kind of go to work and sort of I suppose do what we're told, right? You got a boss, you got a manager. They're no different. They can't be held accountable for shitty management practices, can they? And neither should they. Want me to try and get a good picture? Yeah, do it if you. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see Chris out. Yeah. The lads want me to play a classic because I got so stuck on the new versions when I started. I don't have the nostalgia as they do. Yeah, okay. Is Ravanius a WoW player? I don't think I've ever had a chance to ask him that, to be honest. I can't imagine that being quite his cup of tea, to be honest. But you never know. WoW's one of those fickle monsters, isn't it? I know people that played World of Warcraft, and now the only thing they play is Call of Duty, which I never would have thought of that as being something I'd say. It's I've got friends vice versa that wouldn't touch WoW with a god. They wouldn't play WoW if you paid them a daily allowance to play it. It's just not their cup of tea. I also know people that wouldn't play WoW because they feel that they lost friends and loved ones over it. It's almost seen like the cheating wife or husband, the mistress, for some people, isn't it? It's the game that took away their partner. Yeah, I never had any interest in the Telltale games, but to be fair, Emprex, the reason for that was more because I didn't like them as a stream game. See, I was streaming on and off when things like that. Ooh. Pixie! Pixie just bought a mug. I like the way the mug comes up, actually, Pixie. That's quite cool. I wonder what the hell that was then. I really wonder what the hell that noise was. Pixie's bought herself a Grumbodian mug. You'll have to let us know what it's like, Pixie. If we can get I'd love a picture of it, mate. If you ever get a chance to, I'd love to put some images up. In fact, Jesus Christ, you know what? I completely forgot to chase all my stuff. Jesus, that's really dragging out now, isn't it? I had a problem with PayPal when I bought the mug, and I tried to do like a limited edition T-shirt, which I only put one up for sale, which I bought to see what the quality was like. I didn't want to put it up there in case it was going to be like really bad. I didn't want anyone else losing money over it. But Hashi had said the mug that I think Chucky or himself had bought was actually pretty decent, so I put a few more of those up through Streamlabs. Yeah, nice one, Pixie. Nice one. We'll if you get a chance, it'd be lovely to see what they look like. A little mini review, Pixie. Yeah, sorry, bro. I was saying, yeah, I didn't find them particularly good stream games because, and you know, this is just purely personal. Please don't think that I'm trying to say this is cast in stone and or iron and nobody else can pull it off. For a streamer like myself, there's too little downtime. It's dialogue. Because the Telltale games are very much like a graphic novel that you have some interaction with and choices within, don't you? And that's a cracking format. All it really is an evolution of the fighting fantasy books. So whereas Ian Livingstone, Peter Jackson, whoever was it, Peter? Have I got that right? Ian Livingstone, Peter Jackson. I can't remember. Used to do like the Final Fantasy books, didn't they? You know, if you're going to go left down until turn to page 63, if you're going to go right, turn to page 111, and that's all Telltale really is. It was a natural modern evolution within, you know, the video game industry of something that was very narratively focused, but brought to life on a video screen. And I just found out, I just found that there was a flow to the games which is actually really good, but it meant that there was no downtime for me to discuss it and have a natter about it. So, you know, I like Twitch. It's different if you're a big streamer, for example. You know, people are only watching you to play the game and a little snippet of chat here and there kind of thing. But I think for me, because I like to have a chin wag, you know, not that you'd know that, but yeah. I heard that apparently the packaging is supposed to be excellent. That's what Hashi said. Oh, sorry, he's just said pixel epic quality and damn good. Yeah, that's one of the things that I was so impressed with. Was, you know, even if the quality is not great, we could talk to them about that. But you did say that the packaging was second to none, didn't you, mate? Which is that's a big tick in a box. You'll have to let us know how long it takes to get there and everything as well, Pixie. Thank you as well. Thank you. Nice to know we've got a little bit of Brambodian merch out there, mate. You alright, Cossack? How are you doing, bro? How's things? How's Hosey? It'd be weird when this is actually there's not that much to clean up, is there? Excuse me. Yeah, if I get a chance, I'll get in touch with Evictus and we'll have a play with some other ideas and stuff. As always, time, isn't it? Do I need to go and delete that? I don't, do I? Alright, cheers, Valiant. Oh dear. You didn't like using TeamSpeak? I used to love TeamSpeak, Tarek. That was the highlight of the raid, getting everyone organised in the various TeamSpeak channels. That was kind of like my role for the bigger guild that I was a part of, mate. I was like the TeamSpeak sort of, not the raid leader, although I was raid leader on and off. Yeah, I went main tank in the end, so we had our tank unfortunately left us, so I took on that responsibility, and yeah, I kind of ran all the TeamSpeak stuff. I suppose it's all. I mean, I wonder what people do use these days. You know, the one thing that I've never used really, other than to test it, is I think it's easy to forget that Steam actually has its own voice channels, doesn't it? And it always has done for a very, very, very long time. But I actually don't know anybody that uses it. Even back in the day, if I was playing like a Steam game, we'd still use TeamSpeak to communicate. Anything Steam related. Or if it's worse or better quality, even, to be honest. Not that much more to do. Like I said, a lot of this is going to come out anyway, but I do like a blank canvas to work with. That's all going to come out, isn't it? So we will have to go back a little bit there, but who here is going back to WoW Classic? Is there anyone here that is all set, poised, and ready for the August release date? Ventrilo. Oh god, Ventrilo. Jesus, yeah. ICQ. There you go. I'll beat you all, man. Yeah, I watched a bit of Jessica Jones yesterday as well. Kind of quite a scary start to season 3, but where it goes. I'm not quite feeling it this time around. I kind of like my Jessica, but I'm not entirely convinced the actress looks like she's enjoying the role anymore. This looks like she's just going through the motions a little bit. It's probably unfair of me to say that this early on in watching it, but it definitely feels like there's something a bit, I don't know. It doesn't look like a usual self. Obviously, for those of you that have seen season 3, a lot has happened, but it's not the Jessica I remember. I started watching. I remember I was talking. I think we mentioned The Mummy with Tom Cruise, didn't we? And I was saying it was like hands down one of the worst like supernatural films I'd seen in years. And I did start watching it back just like intermittently. Probably going back as far as 3 weeks ago. And every now and again I just pop it on, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And weirdly enough, up until now, and I'm probably only half an hour to 40 minutes into it. Actually, so far it's actually quite good. I don't know what I can't remember at what point I started hating it, because I really did hate it. But so far, it's actually just, it's not, obviously it's not a horror film, which is kind of what I was sort of almost hoping for. But let's be honest, that's my own naivety. I can hardly expect a horror film with Tom Cruise in it, can I? But I mean, it's just set piece action. It's a typical Tom Cruise gung ho, you know, planes falling out of the sky and spooky moments, but you know, not meant to terrify you or anything. But it's definitely not as bad as I remember. You know, I'm no point have I sat there and gone, God, this is awful. I think that scene must yet be to appear, because I was really vocal about The Mummy. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, what an absolute hunk of total junk. There must be a pivotal moment in the film where I just go, that's it, I remember now, turn it off, never again. It's actually the last, oh, you're right, Nin, it's the last season as well. I finished it. Oh, yes, it is, because they can't make any more, because of, is that because of the Disney thing or whatever it is, Nina? How are you, mate? How's things? You must be getting close to the big day now, Nina. What are we looking at? 2 weeks? 2 weeks? 2 weeks? Good guess? A little bit longer? That time has flown, isn't it? You started watching the new Swamp Thing reboot. I need to find out it was cancelled 3 years. Oh no! Oh, that must be awful, Dayhawk. Oh, that's terrible, mate. Cancelled 3 days in. That's. Oh, sorry, 3 episodes in. Goes to show, doesn't it, mate? That's my biggest fear with MMOs, weirdly enough, Dayhawk. Is getting into something and then suddenly finding out they're going to say, nope. I guess that's why I love the control we have with these sorts of games. You know, the server only closes when we decide to close it. And let's be honest, with something like Minecraft, you know, there's going to be a lot of memories here and history, and people are going to, you know, have friendships build up around it. And I think the beauty of this is that we can just make it publicly available. You know, people can still even carry on a single player equivalent if they wanted to. Somebody else could take on, you know, the administrative running of it. You know, and it will carry on like that forever. You know, you can host it yourself. You know, Bluefang are no longer around. It's, I guess that's why I've always liked these games. And plus, you've got control as well. If you really don't like something, you can mod it in, you can mod it out, you can change it, you can tweak it. Let's go and pop some of this back. Uh, 2.5. I wasn't too far. The 7th. Oh, 7th of July as well. Nice, mate. I bet. I mean, I know you're looking forward to it, obviously more than anything else in the world. But I should imagine it's still a scary time, right? I mean, it's God. I tell you what, I'm still gobsmacked. I think it's magical, mate. I really do. Alright, did I get any stone? We've probably got some in these, haven't we? Let's take these. Ah, to tell you what, we might as well take the buckets down and get them filled back up, right? Really? Oh, come on, sir. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing, that's why. Nobber. You bloody nobber. I suppose you've not had a chance to... I guess you're not heavily gaming at the minute, are you, Nina? What, time and... because you're getting everything all packaged up and away, right? Just sounds like you're being very, very good today, Pixie. Very responsible. Oh, see you later, Jane. Nice to see you this morning. You look after yourself. Have a nice day. I can feel myself getting sniffly. Now it's more like, hopefully I've got everything done and sold until then. And yes, it's a little bit scary, but mostly just really exciting. The day can't come fast enough. I suppose one of the really nice things as well, Nina, right? It's done, isn't it? Well, once you set off, that's it. Game over, mate, right? You know, there's no, oh, shit, I forgot this or forgot that. It's just done. Isn't it? It's a very, very endy end to your current life. It's, I mean, I'm not saying as in, I probably didn't say that right. I don't mean to say as in you can't go back. Of course you can go back and visit and see friends and family, whatever it's going to be. But I guess what I'm saying, it's not like going on a short-term thing, is it? Where you've always got that, oh, you know, I've still got this at home, and, you know, I've still got that at home, blah, 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 blah. This is actually a complete, I am literally moving. Completely. I'm trying to think about what I can't even comprehend it, neither. Even moving house isn't the same, is it? I mean, moving house is a huge thing. I mean, Chicks has just bought a house. And, you know, it's a huge moment. Ploar's, you know, building or renovating, you know, a house for him and his family to move into. But it's everything, isn't it? It's everything. It's the way of life. It's the culture. There's nothing. You are literally completely displacing your very body and soul to another area on the planet, isn't it? I think that's freaking exciting as hell. I tell you. Are you still gaming a little bit? Will that be the last thing to get packed, will it? Right, got you still gaming in the afternoon. Nothing stops a gamer, does it, Nina? Yeah. I'm strangely unattached to the people here. Now there are quite a few that want to do things with me before I go, and it really just feels like a chore. They've left it too late, Nina. Yeah, screw you lot, mate. You didn't want anything to do with me a few weeks ago. Now all of a sudden you want to be my best mate. It's because they want a free holiday visit, Nina, you see. There's always an alternate, you know, an ulterior agenda or something. Still doesn't look like we're in the middle, does it? Still feels like we're a block out on that, a bigger block on that side. I'm not sure we actually are or not, but we'll check it in a bit. But let's get this last bit knocked out. Oh, hang on, where's my... Whoa, I thought I'd lost it. What are you actually playing, Nina? You found anything new and exciting? Or, I think last time we spoke, you said you were back with Rainbow Six, weren't you? Well, sorry, well, yes, Siege. Must admit, it's one I've never thought about streaming, Nina. And I really liked Siege. I wonder why I've never thought about it. I wonder what it is about that game that makes me just not even include it as a possible stream game. Interesting, though. Thought about that. Yeah, this was the rear wall. Doc and I were fighting to get sorted out, wasn't it? We've got a big lava waterfall back here somewhere. We probably want to throw a torch or something up in there, don't we? I suppose if we hear noises, we know where it's coming from, don't we? We know that far, whatever it is, eastern wall, whatever. the busy one. God damn it, I keep misclicking. You're right, Haim. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you for the follow, mate. That took ages to pop up after I heard the sound there. Okay, looking good, mate. Looking bloody good, bro. Last few blocks. Did quite a good job back here, didn't we, of stemming the flow, look. Now, what we don't know is how big a gap we're going to put between these, like, metro stations. Even include a little window back there and do something with some lava, couldn't we? Additional illumination or something. There we go. I think that's everything, isn't it? There might be a couple of rogue blocks ceiling wise, but there's nothing that's like screaming out at me like that one. So now we have at least the beginnings of the... Oh, was that 33? Is that the new world save? I definitely just had a bit of lag then. Right. Excuse me. Same thing happened before Dennis moved over. No one around for months, and then they all started to pop up. it's nosy people, by the sounds of it. You are playing Siege, still playing. Yeah, we haven't managed to get a squad together, unfortunately, but it's still fun with randoms too. Yeah, yeah, that's very true, Pixie. It's very true, mate. Yeah. And you'll notice they'll pop up every now and again, and it always seems like, oh wow, it's so nice to get in touch, and then you'll suddenly find out there's a reason for it, won't you? It's not quite as innocent as they were making out. People are strange. I mean, it is hard to keep in touch with people. I mean, we all know that. Sometimes it is tricky to even spare 5 minutes for someone, isn't it? It's an insanely busy world, but you can normally tell when someone's popping up out of the thin blue air for like, I wonder why they're suddenly here. I think people think we're bloody stupid, right? Normally to ask for a tenner, right? How you doing, mate? Yeah, long time no speak. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah. Still working? Yeah. You couldn't lend me a tenner, could you? Get out of it, knobber. Right. That is a big hallway. I like the length of it. The length of it is good. I think that straight away is giving me the, like, I suppose, the metro vibe. Big train station kind of thing. Oh, they're coming to visit in 3 weeks, are they? Oh, that'd be nice, Pixie. You're stuck here. But you really need a tenner. Think of all the things you can do with a tenner in Russia, Smanel. You're right, drop the bell. Big hall. Big hall. It is big. Yeah. How long does it take to get there, Nina, from where you are? Let's assume via flight. I mean, how long does it actually take to fly, let alone drive or train, things like that? Got quite a bit of girth as well when it takes. Torches. Well, at the minute I've got the lampposts, which will be the primary ones, and then I think I'm going to go for up top. I'll probably use glowstone with shrubbery over the top. Cossack. Internally, I suppose internally you've got a lot more options. Even things like the glowstone with trapdoors around them look quite nice. Chandelier sort of builds with. In fact, we could do that. We could have a huge ceiling, couldn't we? With like massive glowstone chandeliers. That could look quite nice. Could become a Putin. With the plane, it's hours to Stockholm and then 2 hours to the town we live in. Oh, sorry, with the plane, it's 2 hours. Yeah. By car, it's 14 hours. Really? Does it take that long? Wow. Wow, 14 hours in a motor. Bloody hell. What are the flights like, Nina? I mean, are flights between the two reasonably cheap? Or we were talking the other day, Nina, about like Ireland. England to Ireland. So honestly, sometimes I think I could get a flight from England to Ireland, depending on the time of week and everything. Look at that slime there. For less than it would cost me on a bloody bus to the city centre, mate. It's crazy. That is a mighty fine cup of coffee, bro. Here, my little ones. The old D&D gelatinous ooze, mate. Many an adventurer lost their favourite swords with gelatinous ooze when they come across one. How many did we get? 9, not bad at all. Seeing a bit value. Alright, so unfortunately, I just don't think there's anything else we can do down here other than freaking building it up. I just think there's no other way out of it. I think we just have to keep building up. Depends if we just want to get a functional tunnel, if we actually want to make something cool. If you want to make something cool, I mean, I could excavate all day today and get nowhere with it. You know what I mean? €45 by flight, and it takes 45 minutes more time in the departure lounge, etc. Yeah. That's including. Oh yeah. So I was gonna say that's 4 flights. Yeah. Yeah, quite a few, man. Oh yeah, gelatin. I think that when it comes to gelatinous cubes, oozes, whatever you want to call them, it's one of those. There's a lot of creatures in A&D that are always brilliant the first time new players discover them, and then not a lot of fun after that. It's always that sense of the unknown, isn't it? It's like mimics and things. You know, the first time it happens, it's like, ah! But yes, it's. I do miss AD&D. I very much, to be honest, I really do miss having a good RPG where I can fine tune things. There's been an interesting shift in my gaming habits with role-playing games. I used to love small party-based games. I didn't like huge pies. I've never liked when you've got 8 members of a pie. It's too much for me. It's not because it's too complicated or anything. It's just too much. I don't really want to manage 8 different people. I understand why it's fun, because it gives you almost an endless, and from a game development point of view, it gives you an endless sense of journey and progression, because you're not just trying to pimp out one character. You're trying to pimp out 7, 8, 9 characters. And that's a lot of fun, right? And it makes diversity of loot so much more important. See, if you think of it from a game developer's point of view, if you're making a character like Geralt, and what's he got? He's got a sword, right? He's got a couple of swords. There's only so much you can do with that, right? You can't throw in axes, although they did, but like, who gives a toss? And magic wands and scepters and staves and shields and armor and, you know, the 1,001 other things. You know, as soon as you've created an RPG that's got one character, that's it. Even if it's like Skyrim, you know, Skyrim works because it means you've got another playthrough with an alternate character class. But therein is the inherent fun of having a large team in an RPG, a large party. But it's weird because I went off that steadily and I started a more simple focus. I guess more like, as I say, Skyrim, where you concentrate on a single character and a single character class rather than having a party of people. But I don't think there's really any cool party-based stuff these days, is there? Most of it is well, what have we got? What options have we got? Dragon Age. That's the only one I can think of that's like heavily party-based. And if you like, isn't that kind of isometric or general third-person Pillars of Exile style game, isn't it? It's just too complicated to... What the hell? I think it's just too complicated to have large parties. Modern day games, especially with a narrative as well. I like Mass Effect and things like that. They were good games. You still try to stream a tabletop sim D&D one time with someone from the community. Maybe you'll like it. I wouldn't, man. I would, but it just wouldn't be right, dude. I've thought if I was going to do this, man, I'd have done it by now, mate. I think for me, D&D, you know, I've even watched it on Twitch, and I still to this day think there's something missing about it. But to me, the D&D thing is sitting around that table, mate. That's what it's like the long lost age of cooperative gaming, dude. It's great when you're on TeamSpeak or Discord chat, but there's nothing like sitting around a table, mate. You know, sharing a beer and a laugh and a giggle, all hunched over looking at those dice. You know, it's just not the same rolling virtual dice, mate. Never will be for me. I'm not saying I couldn't enjoy it, but it would just, I think it would just diminish my memories, to be fair, mate. Maybe one day, but I think it's very unlikely, dude. I hear a dog bark, it's really annoying me. What's that, Grub? Don't run with lava? What, really? What, can you burn yourself if you run with a bucket of lava? Is that legit? Or is that just a giggle? I'm actually going to be really impressed if you're telling me that if I run with lava in my hand, it's actually going to spill everywhere. I think that's actually genius. Right, where do we put all the tracks? We've got a load of... We put them in the other room. Yeah, that's it. It's the graph paper and it's the little look at a character. There's so much lost when it's streamed and you're not in front of each other. It's the little whispers, the characters going out of the room, going and sitting in the kitchen instead of the living room because the party's split up, and I'm sure it works, and like I said, I've watched some AD&D on Twitch, and yeah, do I enjoy it? I do. Do I carry on watching it? Very rarely. It definitely loses something. Is it better than nothing? Absolutely. I'm kind of confused as to what I did with all the train stuff there. I swear I just checked everything over here. I'm going into too much skepticism to give it a go, Smirnoff. Alright, so I don't know why I've got an oak button. Where did that come from? Oh, it's probably from Doc's little area, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Same with the side. Alright, let's go and get this all put away then. Just can't get into virtual Dark Sauce. Yeah, I would really. One of my biggest issues would be eye contact with the players as a DM. I know I would massively struggle. There are too many. There are too many ways for a DM to. It's almost like giving away the secrets of DMing, isn't it? But if you speak to any DM, you know, I was saying the other day about how it's very frustrating for a DM that can't think on their feet, or a DM that has made the mistake of making a campaign too linear. The panic mode they go into when the players aren't doing what they're supposed to do. Now, I can't imagine being a DM and feeling like that. To me, that takes out all the fun of DMing. The fun part of DMing is just literally having built a world, but seeing what the hell the characters are going to do to screw it all up. Because you know they will screw it up. And that's why DMing's fun. You're not there to beat them. You're just there to tell them what they see in the world, and the dice rolls. You know what will be. But one of the tricks that all DMs have is that If you're a DM, you will always have been told. He's smiling again. He's bloody smiling. Did you see? Did he just wink at me? There are ways as a DM to play the characters, to play your team, to in the most certain of certain situations, that little shake of the head and you know the roll of dice behind the screen that actually means nothing. As a DM, imagine this, right? The character's done something that to all intents and purposes is the most innocent thing. They've just opened the door. Well, that's all they're gonna do. They're just gonna open the door. You know, says, all right, yeah, I'm just gonna open the latch and walk in. And the DM just, you're walking in. Okay, yeah, all right. One sec. Rolls the dice and just that little intake of breath, that little look up, that oh shit. It's nothing to worry about at all. The DM is literally playing the characters. You just for that second, you've planted a seed of doubt in their mind. The little intake of breath, that die roll that means nothing. You've got to keep them on their stage. You know, I've played with DMs that will roll the dice because, you know, the elf or whoever it is has decided to start looking for traps. The thief has started looking for traps. And you kind of now know there's a fucking trap, don't you? It's like, for fuck's sake, now I know there's one there, but I failed on the dice roll, dude. Everything has to be done subtly. And I can't do that. I can't do that online. I can't play the characters. I can't. The way I describe it, it's like music in films. You know, you can watch a film, and if you've got it on mute, there's no narrative, there's no speech, but you've got it on mute. And a scene completely changes depending on the music. You play that low-level violin squeak music, you've suddenly got a sense of uncertainty. You know, what? Hang on a minute, what's going on here? You might have like a drum roll building up to something, you know, momentous that's going to happen. And I can't do that as a DM online. I literally lose so many of my storytelling abilities by not having eye contact and the subtlety. You can capture a player base around a table. They're literally watching you. They are staring. You know, you've built up a charismatic DM. You know, when you start scratching like your beard and looking down and thinking, you should, right, okay, you're definitely going to do this, yeah? All right, okay, right. Can you just roll a d20 for me, mate? And straight away they're thinking, shit, what is going on? I lose it all. I lose all that. And again, like Daxos is saying, it's the tactile roll of the dice. You know when the dice rolls on the floor? It's that pivotal moment. You know, someone's rolled that D20 that they've got to get like more than 17. They've rolled it. Well, this is it. It's disaster. And the bloody thing rolls on the floor and there's chairs going everywhere and people are diving down and it's on the carpet and you can't quite... Is it a 16 or is it a 12? I don't know, mate. Do we have to re-roll it? What do you reckon? All that is lost in online. All that is lost. I'm not saying online can't be done. I'm not saying that it's not also brilliant. I'm sure there's people that absolutely love it and have grown up like that. You know, that have enjoyed playing it that way. But for me, there will always be that. I kind of, you know, I'm missing something. Yeah, the thumbing through the books to check the stats. Yeah, the tactile input. I get it. Yeah. Thank you for the bits, Paprika. Thank you very much for the bits, dude. I think a lot of people don't get D&D, Pixie. Yeah, I think a lot of people. But it's to be honest, Pixie, unless you've actually sat in a room with a DM and you know, T3 other players, I don't think it's possible to understand D&D. I'll tell you this, Pixie, if your only experience of D&D is watching it on Twitch, it is literally the worst way to experience what D&D is all about. Don't forget, when people are playing D&D on Twitch, they're actually, in a way, they're trying to put on a show, aren't they? That's not what D&D is about, mate. It's behind closed doors. It's a group of friends, and it's someone that's crafting a funky story that you're going to be a part of. And you have to be there to witness that. You have to be a part of it. You have to be there. You have to know that when you roll that dice, that things are or aren't going to happen. And there's no way to experience tabletop D&D without sitting there, you know, at a table. You just can't. It can't be done, mate. It just can't be done. It's like someone trying to explain to you what it's like to go on a roller coaster ride. You know, you can watch it on YouTube. You can see the screaming. But there's nothing to compare to being there doing it, mate. You know, it's that physical jostling of your internal organs that you can't captivate any other way. Good morning, Advina. How you doing, mate? Yeah. Yeah. I remember in high school we had a teacher that got D&D banned during school hours. What a wanker. You kept calling it demons and devils. What a total dickhead. She also got MC Magic the Gathering banned because of the artwork on black colour cards. I don't even know what that means, dude. But it sounds like whoever it is was a complete idiot. So, yeah, I can imagine. Right, what are we up to, folks? What are we going to do today? I actually am not sure. We wanted to go and make a load of stuff for this little cheeky area Victus has shown us. Let's go and drop that in there and take one back to the main crafting area. Oh, jeez, my nose is so sniffly. I keep seeing Elegon in game. Oh, was that a... Did I just hear an Enderman? See, that's the beauty. You know what, Pixie? That is literally the beauty of D&D, is that you need to know nothing. Honestly, you need to know nothing. It's not like even picking up a video game where you need to know what buttons to press. That is the beauty of AD&D. When we started playing it at uni heavily, there was a guy that got the corner dorm room, so we used to use his room. And because it was the large room, people used to come in and out all the time. You know, his room was like probably 3 times the size of everyone else's, and we had lads and lasses coming into that room just because it was the big one. It's almost like I mean, I felt sorry for him in a way. It was almost like he was the meeting dorm room, but he was a performing arts student, so he was. You can imagine he was quite a flamboyant guy and all the rest of it, and you know he kind of liked. No, I'm not saying he liked the attention, but he certainly didn't. He certainly didn't bemoan the company, and. People just get fascinated by it. They just can't get their head around what's going on. What the hell is that up there? What is that? Is that a skeleton? And yet you need to know nothing. You don't need to know a single goddamn thing to play AD&D. All you need to know is you can do anything. Or you can try to do anything, should I say. And who do you want to play? You know, there's some set classes that you might have to choose from. But I mean, that's a 5-minute thing to explain all that jazz. The DM will lead you, and then the rest of the party will lead you. So, the secret to D&D is knowing that the world is yours. There are no boundaries to what you can do, or try to do. Like I said, you can't suddenly, you know, shoot into the stars and start flying around flapping your arms. Not without a magic potion, anyway. or spells of levitation. Yeah, like I said, in theory, you can do anything in AD&D. You know, nothing to stop a DM adding all sorts of wonderful and strange artifacts and talismans, necklaces, rings, you name it. But it all comes down to the DM at the end of the day. But that's why the DM role is so much fun, I think. God damn, what's the next best thing to hit things with? Yes. We go and make some potions then. These water breathing potions. I need to get myself a new sword, don't I? Morning, Advina. How are you, mate? How's things? You all right? What's the plans for today? Manimal's enjoying D&D, but has had to put it on hold until he finishes his studies. Yeah, yeah. It can become quite all-consuming as well. We had we had quite a few very, how can I put it, like very creative people when we were playing at uni. So people, for example, we've got a lady who was a fantastic role player. I mean, she was amazing. I learned so much from her as a DM because she just loved getting into a character. And it meant I could tell such a better story knowing that somebody was really going to go with it, you know? I think there's an inherent sort of desire to survive with a lot of D&D players. You know, you don't want to die, do you? But as a result of that, it's amazing how easy it is for their role play to slip. You know, for those people that do like to role play their characters a little bit more, that desire to survive tends to override it. When crunch comes to crunch, that paladin who's supposed to be playing that lawful good character suddenly has a bit of a rocky moment in his faith. No, you can't do that, otherwise you won't be a paladin anymore, mate. So, but yeah, it's well, we had people that did like in fact we had people that didn't even play and used to come and watch us. I remember sometimes I'd be at this geezer's desk and we'd have people all sitting around with this kind of like weird wooden chopping board thing with edges on it, so we could roll the dice on it. And we used to have people lined up all around the edges, all sitting cross-legged watching us. And there's a couple of people that were into, they were there doing, what was it, art, whatever it was called. He was doing performing arts, about actual art. And they used to draw characters. So we'd have a character that was playing such and such, and they'd just sit in the background, you know, pencil and paper, bit of charcoal like I used to love doing. And they'd draw the characters out. We had people that would write backstories for some of the NPCs for me. It meant, even though we hadn't got people who were actually playing directly in the campaign, we'd got all this creative input. You know, people bringing an NPC alive. You know, I'd have described the tavern keeper on the Sunday session. And the following Sunday, someone would say, "Oh, I drew this. What do you reckon? Is this what he looks like?" I'd be like, "No, it's not what he looks like, but that was fucking even better. Let's go with it." That was the magic of it. That was the magic of it. And I think, having played in that environment, to play it online, it would I'd just lose it all. But maybe we wouldn't. I mean, I suppose we've got very creative people in this community that probably would latch onto things like that, perhaps. But AD&D, yeah, advanced. It was the original Dungeons and Dragons, then it became Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, didn't it? Well, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, man, that's strictly not speaking. That's not true. The DM doesn't necessarily decide if actions are even remotely possible. I mean, I know you know the game, but technically that's not actually accurate. The players can try anything. The DM is down there to essentially tell them what the chances of that actually occurring are within the rule set. There are going to be some things that, you know, yeah, fine, just roll the dice, we'll see. I'm going to leap off the cliff and see if I can fly to the castle. That's, you know, 400 feet over that way, with tidal waves crashing against this pinnacle of rock. What, so you're going to leap off the cliff and try and fly there, yeah? What, in your suit of armour, yeah? You're going to flap your arms at it? Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Nothing to stop you doing it. And to be honest, if you're a good DM and you say roll a dice and they get a crit, maybe for the briefest of moments they remain airborne, mate. Like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. You see, that's where the splash of humour can come in, can't it? So no way, I rolled a 20. What happened? You're right, Crisis. How you doing, mate? You just got an hour off work. Oh, sorry, you got off work an hour ago. It's 4 o'clock, so you get to watch the stream. How you doing, Crisis? How's life, mate? It opens up to Fallen Paladins, a whole new campaign right there. Yeah, it's amazing how many people like the idea of Paladins. We had endless people that played Paladins for all of about 3 hours before they thought, yeah, let's not be carrying on with that. But if you could get a paladin into the hands of a role player, holy shit, the chaos they could cause in a party. All you need for a good AD&D campaign is a paladin and a bloody thief. That's it, mate. Everything else is icing on the cake, mate. You got a paladin and a thief in the same party. Brilliant. Absolutely freaking brilliant. Oh, God. I feel terrible today. Right, I actually have no idea what to do, guys. I honestly don't know what to work on today. I'm going to go make the potions and go and check out Evictus's little den, I think. Oh, sorry. That's why I keep coming. I keep coming out to do something. I keep forgetting. Something keeps distracting me. I need to go and get the nether wart. See, the problem with AD&D is, I mean, we used to have campaigns where you weren't allowed to choose a class unless your die rolls allowed you. I got sick and tired of people choosing all the best classes in the game. Because there are significantly OP classes within AD&D. There is no doubt about that. There are some things and builds out there that were devastating, you know, and could really sort of make other characters in a party not feel, you know, like like they was quite as important necessarily. So that was another part of being a DM that's always good fun. But Pat, you need some serious freaking die rolls to play a paladin. So we used to lock those sorts of classes behind, like, no, you ain't got the rolls, mate. You can't be a paladin. It was too easy for people just to choose a class because they knew they were getting primary attributes that were like out of this world. I used to love it when we got flawed characters. People with like insane superhuman strength from day one almost. Oh, sugar, I didn't replant it. God damn it. Oh, the nose is so sniffly. I'll take it. Is Millie on the iPad? Is she, Advina? What was that one we were talking? What was that campaign we mentioned the other day? I had actually totally forgotten about that. Ravenloft, wasn't it? Was it Ravenloft? Yeah. That brought back some memories when you mentioned that, I'll tell you. Not often I played those preset ones as a player. But sometimes I'd want a break from DMing while I was still, you know, working on another campaign. So I would become player. And we played quite a lot of those pre-built campaigns. I'm trying to think what else there were. There was a Dragonlance. I'm trying to think what that one. The Dragonlance series that they did. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, it's Finley, is it? Hello, Finley. He's getting there, isn't he, eh? Tapping away. Thieves and Cavaliers are good for a giggly roleplay. Well, I used to lot play. Yeah, I used to. That was the one. I always used to play Cleric Chucky. Through drug misuse. Yeah, obviously one of my favourite classes was always Cleric. In fact, I was talking about this the other day when we played, or when I went and played Neverwinter Nights. I played a Dwarven Cleric. Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about clerics back in the day was I couldn't have a pointy stick, mate. I always liked my pointy sticks. Give me a longsword. For some reason, I had a fascination with bows and longsword. That is interesting. So let's just drop all of that in there then. So I'll tell you what, let me go and grab a coffee while I do this, folks, because I want to have a play with this. I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break, grab a fresh brew, sort the woof woof out, and I'll be straight back. Right, so let's have a look at what we got going on here. We don't want to be eating that. I wonder what happens if you eat nether wart. Probably bad things, right? Right, okay, so what are we going to do here? Let me see. Out there. So what do we want? We're going to need to make a load of glass bottles to start with and go and get them, Oh, no, you'd have to do it in there because you need a triangle, don't you? 1, 2, 3. Let's make... there are so many things about Minecraft that annoy the shit out of me. It's the fact that potions don't stack, do they? So even as soon as... Oh, hang on. Let me just sort my headset out. That's better. I knew something was wrong. Yeah, why would they make it so... I mean, even if they stacked in 3s, you know, it's just a pain in the ass. A big pain. I think as soon as I fill these up with water, they don't even stack, do they? No, look at that. That is so stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, so we're going to want... What else do we need? We're going to want that, aren't we? We're going to want that. Might as well take that. So, how do we do this? Let's throw in some blaze powder in there to fill that up. That appears to be doing sod all. Isn't that not supposed to top that up? Huh. Well, water bottle, and water bottle with that. Not a blaze rod, is it? I'm sure it's this stuff. It's supposed to go in there. There's a mod for stacking potions. Yeah, there seems to be a mod for just about everything, doesn't it? It is honestly, I mean, it is stupid to me. Absolutely stupid. I can have a stack of bottles, but I can't have a stack of bottles just because I add water to them. It just seems... Like I said, I'm not asking for them to stack in like hundreds. I understand why they have to have a limit on it. But stacks of 3 makes total sense, doesn't it? You make them in 3s, you brew them in 3s. You're right, Pixel. How you doing, bro? How's things? You're not played Minecraft in years? No, nor me, mate. Actually ended up as a troll slayer in Warhammer. Oh my god, so effing funny. Got us into so much shite because he had to go like a racial, yeah. A racial hatred. What's supposed to go in there? I am actually legit confused by that. I just assumed that was correct. I think I make the lava pad using that and that, don't I? But I don't want to make that. We're actually making... We want puffer fish, don't we? Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Pixel. Yeah, not too bad, mate. It's been interesting, to say the least, Pixel, to try this. We've had the server up and running for about a month now, and yeah, it's been quite fascinating, Pixel. If I was to be truthful, it's a very different game to anything else I play. But there is something very, very, very enjoyable about Minecraft. Does anyone know why the blaze isn't working in there? I swear that was supposed to top this little... Maybe I just can't do it. Let's see what happens if I do that. Maybe I have to wait for it to empty. I'm sure that's where the blaze powder... This is blaze powder, right? I'm not using something weird, no? I didn't even know the word. Like back when I played, mate, there weren't even horses or donkeys or whatever the hell they are. And then I think I need to put in a redstone, don't I? So we've got a potion of water breathing for 3 minutes. Let's throw redstone in and see what happens. I still believe half of the things that I point out, which are redundant and nonsensical in this game, are as a direct result of just shit coding. I just can't see any other reason for it. I swear this game is one of those games that just literally has a development team that just can't be fucking arsed. I'm starting to firmly believe it. They just have no interest in pushing it forwards. Like all passion and innovation simply gone out of the window. It's that or that someone somewhere tells them not to do cool shit with it. Oh, oh god, I'm really annoyed actually. I was going to try and show you that remember that jungle pack I was talking about yesterday? God damn it, I totally forgot about that. Quite intrigued by what it is. It's on the main Minecraft page, website. Sky Factory 4, yeah. Sky Factory is one I don't like, Pixel. It seems to be one of the most popular, but it's something I really just... Yeah, and unfortunately, that one doesn't appeal to me in the slightest. I can't imagine I'll ever play that. A built a platform that modders love, they won't step on their toes. So they might as well just fucking walk away from it then, Cossack. I just find that so hard to believe. I mean, what's the point of even having a dev team if they don't do anything with it? Other than keep cocking it up and making server performance worse. I'm telling you, there's something we're missing with this game. They are up to something, I'm telling you, mate. There's going to be an almighty kerfuffle with Minecraft one day. Under the guidance of Microsoft, something terrible is going to happen. T-Max, thank you for the 16, dude. Thank you very much for the 16. And thank you for the Prime as well, bro. How's it all going, T-Max? How's life treating you, fella? Thank you for the 16, my friend. Thank you for the 16. Top banana. Top banana. See, any other dev team costs that, it would be the opposite, wouldn't it? You know, 7 days, they're sitting there, they're watching the modders, they're going, yeah, we like that, we'll have a bit of that. Yeah, we like this, we'll have a bit of that. You know, it's a chance to have a community innovating for you. Minecraft, he just seems to sit there, treading water. But actually drowning. Like I said, 114.1, it is horrendous performance, isn't it? I don't think we'll need this many, but to be quite honest, I do first. I nearly get this wrong every time. I always forget to put the nether wart in first. Thank you very much, T-Max. Thank you. Yeah, that's the last time I played many years ago. A PC version pick, so that's why I played a Feed the Beast mod pack. Direwolf or something, I think it was called. I can't remember now, dude. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. But to be fair, it was also quite overwhelming. I didn't get a lot done, to be fair. I think I made a very fancy penis, and that was about it. Yeah, I did once make like an automated orchard. So it would like self-plant the trees would grow, they would get chopped down automatically somehow. Then the wood would go into a furnace to make charcoal. The saplings would go back up to be replanted. The apples, whatever it was, used to go somewhere else. I can't remember. It's kind of quite cool. Sat there sort of doing what it did. In fact, I think the only reason we even played that was because... Oh, I forgot to boost those, didn't I? Yeah, if I remember, the only reason we even played that was because I saw a screenshot with stuff going through chutes. These like glass chutes everywhere. You can actually see like the charcoal and the tree wood travelling through these transparent tubes, these conduits. It's a little bit like Space Engineers. The only reason I even picked up Space Engineers was I saw a clip of the, you know, the rotating mine heads that game's got. And I actually thought, wow, that actually looks really cool. And then I discovered I could actually build like a custom mining ship. I was mind blown by that. That was like Lego with things that actually did stuff. Whereas Minecraft, it sort of just opens doors or makes lava flow and things. It's not quite as it's not quite as pretty, is it? But not quite as functional. There's a game that we spoke about ages ago, and I kept saying that we'd give it a go, but we never did. Planet Explorers. Anyone here play Planet Explorers? That game looked like it had so much potential, and yet I never found anyone that really had played it or had anything particularly fancy to say about it. But it almost looked like a big open world with a few environmental threats in there. Oh, there was an update to Empyrean Galactic Survival in the last few days as well, wasn't there? And I swear, that game is the curse of my existence. I always used to say about how uninspired it looked visually, how dreary and drab and grey it looked. And, you know, you could say, well, it's a lot of space going on, you know, it's supposed to, really. And I always thought, and then there's someone else, I know there's a couple like Darth and a few people in the community absolutely adore Empyrean Galactic Survival. And I thought, I've had this big update. I'll jump onto a Twitch stream. I went onto a Twitch stream early hours of this morning, and literally the first thing I saw was just a completely grey corridor. Literally greyer than this. And that is it, just greyness everywhere. It was just like, oh my god, just fuck it, can't be arsed. Well, this is what I'm saying, Elgara. This is exactly what I'm saying. You know, if it's working for Microsoft, it just... That's the shame of it, Elgar. That's what I don't get. You know, let me see if I can find this, because everyone keeps talking to me about this, about why it's not moving forward. But you're all missing the point. It is moving forward, but it's moving forward outside of the primary game through things like this. Let me see if I can find this thing that I found. Was it? Where was it? There's these like weird packs, like was it in the store? Let's go have a look at the store. No, it's not. Or is it? Let's go and have a look. Oh, that's merch. I'm really annoyed at myself because I can't remember if it was like the Mojang site or... I'll have to have a look for it outside later. A place for friends, play your way, always online. That's just Realms, isn't it? Download that. I can't remember where it was. It was all these like jungle creatures and things. It's like, see, I think everyone's missing the point. I think there is a load of stuff out there, but you have to pay for it. And I think this is why Bedrock. I think you're all going to be fucked. I just honestly can't see Java. I'll have a look later and post it in Discord. It's got to be. I must be in my history somewhere. I think everyone's living in a cookie world because everyone plays Java, and I think any as a newcomer, you can sort of see the fucking wood for the trees. Quite honestly, I see Java just dying and Bedrock coming along and just taking it all. You have to pay for everything. It's only a matter of time before Minecraft. They're just playing it slowly. Don't want to rock the boat, you know. Don't want to give Minecraft a bad name. You must be living in fucking cuckoo land if you don't think Microsoft are going to monetize this. Bedrock. They'll start buying up Minecraft modders, paying them bazillions of bucks just to make mods for Bedrock that you have to go and download for $2.99. Only a matter of time, I'm telling you. I firmly believe this. The power of Microsoft. Right. Now we can go to... Let's go set up a little away station over at Evictus's area, but I don't want to... Obviously, we don't want to build over there because that'll piss him off. Although it would be... I suppose it would be nice to make like a little underwater station, wouldn't it? I mean, I could take a little bit of cobblestone, right? We could sort of like hollow it out. And take a couple of windows and we could watch those little fishes, couldn't we? We could try and do it like where he can't see it. We'll kind of smash it all down afterwards so it doesn't affect his area. What else am I going to need? We take a crafting table. He said a door will actually block water, right? So if I open a door underwater, water doesn't flow in, does it? take a couple of chests with us. Oh, glass. I need some glass then. Let's go see what glass we've got. Oh, is that all we got? Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4. We will take a batch of water breathing potions. Also, we're obviously gonna want a boat. Gonna want some food. Gonna want a bow and some arrows to test while we're over there. Anything else you can think of? We just follow the coast from Pixies and Tonys, don't we? We can make a little away base. We've got a door to pop in there. Little underwater shack, just to see how that works. I've got a couple of pickaxes. Oh, let's make a new shovel. I suppose what I'm getting at, even if someone doesn't believe that they should add anything else to Minecraft, all right. So even if like I said, Elgara, if it makes sense that they just kind of sit on it because it's making lots of money, and who cares? And why have such a huge development team? You don't seem to be doing a great deal. But when they do something, all they're doing is fucking breaking the game even more. So why move into 1.14.2 development for Java and 1.14.3 soon when the game literally plays worse than it's ever played before in the history of Minecraft? Bar the first shitty few versions. Is the actual Mojang team just literally like one dude who just eats donuts all day and occasionally comes and does something? Oh my god, is that? Oh my god, what happens to Pillager, dude? Ah! We've now got 2 boat wolves. Ah, boat wolves. Why are they not looking at me? Pillager's gone and we've got a new boat. Oh, that means we can carry on with the galleon. The real Bojangles. P.S. The pillager in the boat killed boat wolves. I'm sorry, rest in peace, boat wolf. He was the bestest boat wolf ever. Oh, look, we've got 2. I didn't realize you get 2 in there. Oh, they look so happy. Yeah, that's right, Elgar. Yeah. There's got to be a future where Microsoft, let's say that's it. Java's what it is. Feel free to do what you want with it, but we're off to play with Bedrock. And what's the best way to get to Pixies? Go through the portal. Oh god, we built that massive room yesterday, didn't we? I forgot about that. Doc out just chisel it all out, didn't he? You're right, Kagiak, how you doing, mate? Yeah, that'll be it, man. Honestly, you'd have to be bonkers.
Minecraft has clouds. Seems good.
It does. And all it takes is the flick of a switch, Edvina. Thank you very much. 30. I was gonna say thank you very much for the 31, mate. Thank you very much, Edvina, and thank you for the Prime. Thank you for using your Prime with us. Thank you very, very much. 31 months, mate. That's top tier subbing, that is, mate. Thank you very, very much, Edvina. Thank you very, very much. Do I have respiration on my helmet? No, I've not got anything like that. Elegon's got one. To be honest, mate, I kind of like making the potions, to be honest, Paprika. I think I borrowed Elegon's respiratory gear, don't I? It certainly prolonged the time I could stay underwater, Paprika, but... To be honest, I don't know much about these dastardly fish, to be honest, so I don't want to be wearing any good gear first journey over. I'm not totally convinced I can remember the way back. It should be fairly straightforward, but... Yeah, I tested it, Daxos. It's not as magical as you thought. I think Johnny suggested it. It's great in theory, but it doesn't really. I might try it for a day, Daxos. I did get it all downloaded and tweaked with the volume range. I could try it for tomorrow. I think it's one of those things that's great like the first couple of times, Daxos, and then just gets really fucking irritating. Thank you very much, Edvina. Thank you. How have you been, Elgara? How's things? Maybe the Java version plays so shit on servers right now, literally because they drop play so goddamn gorgeously, and it's all part of the master plan to screw Java over. There's a completely and utterly unreasonable conspiracy theory for you. God, where am I? On my nose. So bunged up. Ah, don't worry, Papa. Don't worry, mate. Thank you, though, dude. I'm not doing a big build. I just want to make. I just like to have a chance to sort of see those little creatures without them zapping me. I'm not built. I'm literally just going to build like a little cube and just hollow it out and go into it. I just want to see. Might as well do it somewhere where it's got a functional purpose, I suppose. If I do a build day, Paprika, I'll come and borrow it for a bit, mate, and try horribly hard not to lose it. There's that little chest we saw. So we should see Evictus's giant skull, shouldn't we? From around the coast. Probably see his first couple of pillars, won't we? See lights in the distance. Definitely going the right way. If that's somebody else up there, look. No, it's still Mojang. No, yeah, they actually bought out Mojang, didn't they? It's owned by Microsoft. And Mojang is I guess the simplest way to look at it, I suppose, is to think of it, I guess, as Microsoft owning the IP. There it is, look. Has he made it white, or is it still grey? He said he was going to add the decorative layer, didn't he? Is that actually white now? I think it might be, you know. I guess grey's kind of white at the time, isn't it? But let's go show you his skull. Oh, it looks different to yesterday. It's probably just because it's night time, isn't it? If he'll do like lava eyes and things with it. I like the dimply chin. Right, and we need to try and figure out where that island is. That one over there, isn't it? See a torch. But no, that doesn't look right to me. Because it was only just like a little yeah, I don't think that's right. Possibly that one over there. Yeah, it's that one there, look. No, no, this isn't right. Abort. We've gone wrong somewhere. It was only like a little dimply bit of sand, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. Or maybe it's that. Maybe it is that little island there. Maybe there was a pillar on it. Could be. Could be. That's it there. That's the one. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Playing a bit of RimWorld, are you, Elgar? I still never played that game, you know. Ice Captain was kind enough to buy me a copy, but I've never felt the urge to jump onto it. I think it's a game I'd probably enjoy. It just never kind of fancied it. Always had it as there as one for a rainy day, and probably end up playing it for thousands of hours, no doubt. I always say very good things about. Can't see any of those dodgy fishes now. Where's all those dodgy fishes? Oh, there's one there. Look. Well, I suppose what we could do, rather than making a big ugly cobblestone thing, why don't we just dig down and put a window in? Let's get some torch, because we'll still be able to see from here reasonably well, won't we? Torches now. Try and keep it neat. We don't want to mess somebody else's area up, do we? So... Oh! How you doing, Divine? I think what we'll do is we will go down there. And you lot can knob off. And now I've got disorientated. I don't know which way. I don't know which way the build is now. Let me drink my coffee. I'll have a look. RimWorld's the only game where your economy can wipes out by mad chinchillas. Yeah. See, when you say things like that, I'm sort of like, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still not convinced RimWorld is for me. I think I will enjoy it to a point. We'll have to see. You know, I might get smitten like so many other people have with RimWorld. I think I will definitely enjoy it. I'm just not sold on it as something that will keep me interested for a huge amount of time. But to be fair, there's not a lot of games that can do that anyway. So. I think we'll just go out to ocean from there. See, we're going to get flooded, aren't we? If this was closer to home, I'd actually build like a big underground base with a big tunnel going to the temple. Excuse me. Oh dear. That I wasn't quite expecting. A little viewing window in. I have a strange feeling that if I was to play something like RimWorld, all I'd be thinking is if I'm going to play a game that looks like that anyway, why not play Project Zomboid? I know they're two completely different games, but when it comes to the clicky nature... Oh my god, what the hell was that? Oh, I've had that... Oh no, I've got the mining debuff. Oh, that's just freaking stupid. Oh, that just sucks all the fun out of Minecraft, doesn't it? What a fucking knobby fucking mechanic. You remember getting RimWorld done? I enjoyed it a lot until your ex came to visit for 3 days and played it for 30 hours on those 3 days and resented the game ever since. wait, hang on, what do you mean? So they mean that they came to visit you but didn't see you and just played RimWorld instead? Or do you mean you both played it together for 30 hours and you just wish you'd done different things with your time? Yeah. So the thing is, I understand why this is probably here. It's kind of like we said in 7 days, they should have like a debuff when you enter a POI. So that you can't use things like nerd polling and digging through walls in order to go to do like shortcuts and things, you know? So I understand why this debuff is here, but nothing can physically sort of get at me. It's just fucking annoying. Oh, he was actually there in your apartment and played RimWorld then. Oh shit, that's a bit rough, mate. God damn it, Nina. I could have been whining and dining you, darling. Oh, that is just a massive pain in the ass. Stupid ass mechanic. How do I get back up there? I take it that's not, is that a creature that casts that, or is that actually God, it's everywhere. Oh Jesus, that is just stupid as fuck, boy. I can't even get out, can I? The mining debuff just means that I just do no block damage, mate. It's like literally just like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. No, I think it's either the point of interest itself or it's the actual creatures, I think, Divine. How you doing, little boy? Oh, I'm literally losing the will to live. How's Ball today, Divine? Are you okay? You got a little bit. You're not in work at the minute, Divine. You're back on later, are you? Oh, they're still out there because I wonder why I can still hear the phantoms. It's because it's a cloudy day. How the hell did I miss that then? What I'll do is I'll put a box down. We'll go see if we can actually kill those. Oh, that's lag. Major lag. Is that, that's not the world save, is it? I don't think. Come on, die knobbers. Oh, he's lurking, the dirty lurker ball. I bet he's playing Warframe, isn't he? I wonder how many thousands of hours Baal's got on Warframe. I reckon he must have as many hours in Warframe as I've got in 7 days, you know. In fact, possibly even more. Which is pretty spectacular, to be honest. Right, let's throw a box down there. Let's throw everything in there. Right, we'll take a couple of bottles of that. We're obviously going to take that. We'll take that and that. Shove that down there. Keep an eye on how many of those we've got. Should we take a bottle of water, breathe in, and go and shoot one of these knobbers in the face and see what happens? Aha. Where's the temple gone? I can barely see. Oh, Jesus. Can you not hit things in the water? I'm gonna die. Oh, it's got quite a short range by the looks of it. I think that's what it is. Oh, maybe that's what that weird thing is. Maybe it's actually pushing me away or something. I brought my infinite bow, but I think I've only got the one for blaze farming. So. Oh my god! Can't hit them. Oh, I'm gonna die if I go down. There's too many, aren't there? Where is that one coming from? There he is, look. Can hit them. They're just very hard to hit. There's no power in the water, is there? Got one. You have to get really close. You're either going to have to go swimming. I could go swim mode and see if we can go down and actually chop them. Oh god. So I think he's knocked me out of swim mode somehow. Shit, I don't know what's going on here. Die. There's quite a lot there, isn't there? So I think I came back with a bit of better armor, we'd probably be alright, wouldn't we? Because they're quite tightly grouped. Oh, I don't know. Are they just like constantly respawn? I don't even know if I can be fucking arsed, you know. she just. Reckon we're whittling them down. Bad mistake. I think I die. Okay. Not sure they're not just constantly spawning, to be honest. Shit. Taking a few punches, isn't he? Out of there, I'm gonna die now. I think that's it, Grump. I think you boffed it, mate. Got a bit greedy there, didn't we? Yeah. I don't know if I can be arsed, guys. I'm just not feeling it, mate. Just not feeling it today. Anything else we can play? As much as I'm sure this temple's going to be amazing, I just feel like I'm just going to get in there and it's just going to be... I don't know. Anybody think of anything else that we've got? I didn't take anything, Valiant. I don't even wear anything, bro. I'm just not feeling Minecraft, to be honest. Rainbow Six Siege. We can always try a bit of Ravenhurst for the rest of today. I mean, we could jump on Ravenhurst. I don't know. I don't even know if Minecraft is interesting me at the minute. I think when I came back and I was doing the building, I was really enjoying it. There's just fuck all to do in the game. It's just build, innit? And that's wonderful for, you know, a few hours here, a few hours there. But I think for a 7-hour stream, I'm just, you know, even if I did get a huge minecart system set up, I mean, like, yeah, fucking for what purpose? Even there, I was thinking, like, oh, this is this big temple we're gonna go and discover, and I'm just sort of sitting there thinking, yeah, but it's probably just go in there and it's just gonna be another mob in it. You've got 2,341 hours in Warframe. No Man's Sky. Yeah, not even touched the Dragon Team, Max. Yeah, not even touched it. I think I have got No Man's Sky booted up. I suppose we could try and learn the rest of. Yeah, we could jump in that and just see if we can like remember the controls and what we were doing, maybe. Sorry, Nina, what's that? Yeah, that's why you lost interest in Minecraft rather quickly. After 2 weeks, there was just nothing to build, and then we did the Ender Dragon, and we're just done. I really like Minecraft, and I'm going to be honest. It's the same fun that I had when I was playing on the Vita. It's a fun game to play, but I think knowing that you've got 7 hours, which is the only time I get, you know, to have some fun in video games each day, and that's a huge amount of time. And I feel at the minute that I'm not inspired to do anything. Like I said, the difference with 7 days is I can go and build something, but then I can go and do something like that little adventure we just went on there. But that little adventure, I just wasn't interested in it. It just felt dull. You know, I can easily go back. I mean, let's be honest, I can easily go back, wear my diamond armor, enchanted armor, take a potion of water breathing, go and kill everything, go in the temple. What am I going to fucking find in there? You know, I don't know. I feel like I'm being harsh on Minecraft, but I think the difference is it's if you're playing it for 2 to 3 hours, you know, of an evening, chilling out with it, having a chinwag, you know, downtime, end of the day, bit of Discord or TeamSpeak. And, you know, you're working alongside somebody else, or, you know, Doc and I could do the minecart system or something like that. It's a perfect game. I think for 7 or 8 hours a day, though, unless I'm building all day, every day, which is great, you know, I actually like building, but there's a point where you just want to go and do something else, don't you? So it's like I was saying yesterday, I want to put that cursor over a mob's head and attack it. You know, with those fish, all I'm doing is I'm just trying to chase after them, swing a sword, chase after them, swing a sword. You know, it's not that sort of game, is it? Couldn't give a toss about Redstone Automation Pixel because everything feels like it's just there to just cheapen the experience of the game. I love the doors and stuff, Pixel. I really like that. But, you know, I keep seeing these automated things on YouTube, you know, automated mob spawners and all this kind of stuff. I mean, Mojo and Elegon are building one, and it's actually really cool. And I think the building of it would be a lot of fun. But then there's even less reason for me to go out and get experience. You know what I mean? At the minute, at least I have to go on a little adventure and go and kill some blazes or something to get some experience points so I can do a bit of enchanting. And I think if I take that away, I literally might as well just not play Minecraft at all. That's what I mean. Once you've done building, there's just not much to do. That's not being harsh. No, I suppose it's not. But I know there's a lot of mods that could shake things up. Let me turn it off because I do have a motto that I definitely won't play again. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. I'm just not feeling it. I feel like I feel this is a similar situation to Stardew Valley right now. Maybe I should just play Minecraft like once a week on a Sunday or something like that. Right, this is going to be really loud. Let me turn this off because I'm actually in Steam Big Picture mode to get my Steam controller working with Minecraft properly. So let me just mute out. How do I mute this out? Let me mute that out. That out. So unfortunately, when you come out of Big Picture mode, it's so loud. There we go.